So we recognised that there were three distinct content descriptors that really aligned to what we were trying to do. So lesson one particularly aligns to the first content descriptor where it states that we need to recognise the role of people in design and technologies occupations. So that's where children will take on the role of engineers and architects. So throughout the rest of the unit, the students will really get a good understanding of what factors will influence their design. So in particular, they will look at materials. So what's sustainable and suitable for the desired purposes. And the kids will also look directly at what the school community wants to see within the playground. So aligning to the second content descriptor that I have on the page is the actual final product that the kids come up with. So to do this, they'll have to work in their teams. So they must generate a range of design ideas based on what they have learned in class. They will have to develop their design over the unit with their group, presenting a model playground as a graphical representation. And finally, they will also communicate and justify their ideas using technical terms such as safety, sustainability, and inclusivity, both to the class and to the principal in a letter format. So the last content descriptor here is only included in lesson 5. And that's where the students have to, so as the content descriptor says, collect, assess, and present different types of data. So this is the data that they collect from the student surveys, determining the most desired playground equipment that the kids want. To do this, they'll use simple software, so on the iPads or computers, to create information and solve problems. So this may be Excel, pie graphs, bar graphs, tables, whatever they choose and see as most appropriate. So finally, I'm going to talk about how our unit aligns to the V diagram. So first of all, the children start off investigating. So I've done this in lesson 1 where they investigate the current playground problem. Lesson 2, they define the problem. So they define exactly what it is that they need to figure out by writing out need to knows and by working out what they see as an effective versus non-effective playground. Generating is the next process. So this is held over 2 lessons. So lesson 3, we explore sustainable materials and how this can be used in our playgrounds and why it's important, what's appropriate, what's unrealistic, things like that. And then we also look at it in lesson 4 when we source more information from both our peers in survey format. So that's when the kids are asking peers what desired playground features they'd like. And when they also talk to an expert, so we actually have an architect that will come into the classroom. He'll talk about what he does as a job. He'll look at his blueprints, designs, answer any questions that the kids have, especially from previous need to knows. Lesson 5 will then be on designing. So that'll be putting together all their learnings and seeing what kind of design they come up with. And this is the drafting stage. So the implementing, evaluating, and reflecting phases, they're almost mushed together in my lesson plans as I've let the kids discover what they can improve on, what they like, by giving each other peer feedback. So this gives time for reflection and evaluation so they can rethink what they've done. They will also present this to their parents and give the letter to the principal, so they'll get feedback in this way as well. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation.